Hi, welcome back to Ox Talks. It is October 19th, 2023. If you guys are liking the content, I would ask that you consider subscribing to the channel and sharing these videos with those that you know. Let's shift gears a bit today. Let's talk about gold. What do I have here today that I'm holding? These are 1 ounce United States Mint Buffalo coins. They're beautiful coins. And for those of you that have never held a 1 ounce gold coin, seen it in person, heard how it sounds, I highly recommend that you treat yourself to that experience. Why are we talking about gold today? Well, gold's been on a tear in price over the past week or so. Obviously, it's been getting a boost from the conflict that's unfolding over in Israel. Today, gold was up about it's up right now about $28 a troy ounce, near $1,975. Boy, it was just about maybe 10 days ago or so, gold was down around $1,820. So it's had about a $150 rise. Why is gold important? Well, we know that gold has been the money of kings and money for over 5,000 years. We know that right now gold's within about $100 of its all-time high. The all-time high in gold was in early 2000, this August 2020, and it was about $2,075 an ounce. We also know that now gold has been reclassified as a Tier 1 financial asset. We know that central banks around the world are stockpiling gold at the fastest pace ever. Obviously, except the United States, the largest debtor nation in history. We know that gold has been considered money, like I said, for 5,000 years, and silver too. I have some silver coins here. Again, if you haven't heard the sound of a physical silver coin and experienced that, I suggest that you take that into consideration. We know that physical gold and silver don't have any counterparty risk. There is no claim against your physical gold and silver. We know that these things are highly liquid, meaning they are easily convertible into cash. It's interesting to me that in the last couple of days we've seen gold rising rapidly and also the 10-year bond rising rapidly at the same time. Usually gold performs better when the rates are dropping, not rising. So we have a confluence of events here, very unusual action in the market. You all should keep a close watch on what is happening. We know that the inflation numbers continue to rage out of control. Jerome Powell made some comments earlier and confirmed that inflation was still a problem and that the Fed was going to stay on the rate hike path. So what does that mean? That means that this stuff is being devalued right before your very eyes. And that means that considering this stuff as a part of a smart savings plan or a part of your portfolio might make some sense. I'm not giving anybody financial advice here or telling you what to do, but we talk about diversification. It's amazing to me how many people I know that the only thing that's important to them is that they have all of their money piled into the stock market working for them. And I often hear, well, if my money's not working for me, I'm not interested, meaning they're reaching for yield, they're reaching for return on that money. And look, there's nothing wrong with that, but like everything else, it would make some probably prudent financial sense to have some portion of a portfolio allocated into precious metals. What happens when a lot of friends of mine say, well, the dividends are important. If it's not a dividend earning stock, then I'm not interested and I want all my money generating additional income. That's fine. If you require that income, you have to be diversified. However, what happens when the stock market begins to come down? The market was down a lot today again. It was down yesterday. What happens if and when share prices of stocks start to really, the downside starts to really pick up steam? Well, what's the first thing these companies are going to do? They're going to either reduce drastically or in some cases possibly cut the dividends. There's no guarantee of those dividend payments. And so you have to take that into consideration that the yield may not always be the all-encompassing factor you want to consider. And you've heard the term often used, would you rather have return on your money or the return of your money? And for example, if you have a stock that's going down in share price and then the dividend gets reduced or cut, you have a double whammy there. You've lost that income stream or it's been severely impacted and you're losing principal value of your portfolio. Now look, can gold and silver fluctuate in price? Absolutely. Do they fluctuate in price? They absolutely do. If you're looking for a get-rich scheme, having physical metals is really not the primary purpose. Obviously, it can have tremendous upswings and runs over periods of years where there's tremendous returns on these asset classes. Just like in the stock market, things are cyclical. But if we are about to be entering a period of time where the stock market's going to be coming under substantial amounts of pressure and the inflation continues to be a problem, again, it might make some sense to consider holding some precious metals as part of a prudent strategy. The silver is a very interesting play. Silver, usually when gold does well, silver will also trail gold, but in many instances in the history, silver will outperform gold. And right now, you want to give some consideration to some of this stuff as well, guys. You can pick it up for about $23 or so an ounce. Obviously, it's a lot easier, it's a lot less expensive way to leverage your way into precious metals, and silver will eventually have a substantial performance in my opinion. I saw an article that came out on Yahoo Finance a day or so ago, and it's entitled, "Gold is approaching all-time highs, but it's not the time to buy, strategist says." And it says, the precious metal has often been considered a safe haven asset in times of conflict and uncertainty. Its most recent spikes were an all-time high during the pandemic-driven market turmoil in the spring of 2020 and at the onset of the Russia-Ukraine conflict in 2022. It says, quote, "Gold should have some near-term momentum as geopolitical tensions in the Middle East persist," this one strategist says. It says, "Gold, like bonds, is seen as a flight to safety asset. So amid growing geopolitical tensions and uncertain macro environment that could end in a recession, investors would typically flock to gold." Let me ask all of you this. Do you see a scenario unfolding right now where we don't end up in a recession? Do you see a scenario unfolding right now where the inflation does not continue to rise? We talk a lot about the cost of gasoline, the cost of everyday goods. It continues to go up and up and up. So why not consider having some precious metals to hedge your bet on this, preserve some wealth? Like we discussed a few minutes ago, it's highly liquid. It can be converted to cash at any time. No, you don't eat your gold, you don't eat your silver. If you needed to tap into that savings account, and you should consider it and look at it like a savings account. If you needed to tap into it, you can go and sell it for cash to go and purchase whatever else you need. Will there be a time when gold and silver is a barterable commodity? I think it probably already is in several instances across the country and across the world. I believe a lot of deals are probably still done in metals. We hear it all the time, farmers and such taking silver and gold in exchange for goods and crops. I was speaking earlier to Jesse from the Shielded Prepper, and by the way, really a great guy. You should go and check out his channel. He's doing really well, and his content is fabulous. And he gave me permission to share this story with all of you, because it's funny, I was going to be doing the show on gold anyway today, and when he and I spoke earlier, he brought this story up. I said, oh, I was going to do the show on gold today, and he said, well, share this story. It's very interesting. He's doing a land deal. He's currently involved in a land acquisition transaction. And the person that is selling the property, an older gentleman, was telling him a story. And the story was that when he was a young boy, his grandfather sat him down on his lap and said, every business transaction has to start with the payment of some gold. And in this instance, that's what this seller, his one of the things on his ask list, his conditions is that the escrow is opened with the deposit of 5 1-ounce gold coins. And this is a substantial transaction, but it just goes to show you that, people understand the value, the liquidity, the assurance that physical metals and gold provides. And it seems to me in this climate and where we're heading with the uncertainty that is only going to continue to grow and only continue to unfold. You've now seen recently that Costco is selling gold bars online, that they're having a problem keeping the gold bars in stock. As soon as they hit the internet, they're being sold out. So again, keep it in mind. It's not going to be, if you're looking to trade gold, then just trade the gold stocks or the gold ETFs. That is not physical gold. That is it is playing the market. And if that's what you're into, then that's fine. But I believe that there is a place for that. But the concept of having the physical metals in your possession with no counterparty risk, it's an asset that you own, free and clear. And it gives you hopefully some peace of mind. Look at it like a savings account. If you're going to have some cash set aside sitting in a bank account, why not consider having a few ounces of silver and some gold as well? It seems to make a lot of prudent sense. If you all have the same sense, feeling lately of this impending doom that I do, and the purpose here is not to convey a doom and gloom message or a message of panic. Look, consider getting this stuff while you can. It's available now. We did an interview with on Jeremiah Babe's channel a few weeks ago with Bill Holter, and Bill was telling us, I believe, off camera and on camera, that there will be a day quickly where you can't get this stuff, where a couple of big buyers will come into the physical market and it will be gone. So hope that you all enjoyed the content today. I shifted away from the typical legal stuff. In closing, I hope you got your 30 minutes of exercise in today. I hope that you did some push-ups. I hope that you did some sit-ups. If you would have started 10 days ago when I first started making the videos, you'd probably be doing more push-ups and more sit-ups than you were 10 days ago. If you started walking half an hour a day when I came on the channel 10 days ago or so, you'd probably be feeling much better already. Hopefully with your water intake and the hydration, you're sensing some difference there as well, and feeling better, overall stronger, fit, and with more mental clarity. So with that being said, I appreciate you all watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.